thought I had it. I'll see here in a minute. What loads up? It's loads of players on it. I thought I could see it.
Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh, here it goes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's the Tennessee Titans taking on the Atlanta Falcons.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile,
if I have to do something else, is there a volume level on it?
There wasn't for me.
Alright, so I'll go to broadcast settings. Alright, share it. Let's go to broadcast settings.
Here, because I hear it in delay on the TV too. And I also hear me talking.
Okay, include microphone, audio, and video clips. Include an audio broadcast. Share party audio. I selected all those, but...
You don't have to share party audio, I don't think, because it's... I mean, that's not affecting this, but...
Okay. I don't know. Well, maybe it's... I don't have it around there. Maybe it should be up there closer or something. You reckon?
I don't know.
What about now? You hear anything now?
I just heard you clear your throat.
Oh, really? That's it?
Well, it's delayed. You gotta remember that. Of course, it might be all I hear.
Well, it looked like...
Clear.
Huh?
When that's throat clear. I can't hear it at all now. Maybe I hear a little static again. It's like it's got a short end, or like it's not plugged in all the way.
Nothing?
No.
Yeah, it's probably some cheap thing I got.
Yeah, just set that earbuds I've got. I don't think it's in your settings. I think it's in the earbuds.
It probably is.
Because it just sounds like there's a short or something.
It's just bad. Wait a minute. Hold on just a minute.
You know how mine was a little bit louder than the announcers?
Hold on a minute, Sam. had some Apple things I could plug in there, but I don't have it with me.
For the visiting Falcons, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
The Falcons take over first.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
On 1st and 10, Andrews. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Andrews. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And here's Andrews looking to throw on 2nd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 36. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Number 38.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Again, the ball carrier.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. operating from the gun. Andrews. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's
and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. CD, that call, it took some guts. It's not like they were at the 1-yard line. They had some distance to go.
They certainly did, and, you know, a lot of people might say that's fly by the seat of your pants type of coaching, but it's also sending a message out there. We're going to be unpredictable. You can't prepare for anything with us. You never know which way we're going to go. We zig, you zag.
And now some serious opening drive momentum. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now Saquon Barkley. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. This is Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
For a Tennessee Titan. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks get them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Set to kick off.
Here's Koo to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Ball carrier.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
The offensive line, they're getting it done.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Andrews to throw on 2nd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll move the chains.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. They'll run on first down. Dorsey. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And they give this time to the tailback. And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans' 28. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Andrews now on 1st and 10. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Now Andrews to throw again. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. The 30. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
A.J. Terrell. Touchdown, Titans.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treated like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
First and 10 at their own.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the gun, Andrews. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. And Andrews lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Following the fumble recovery, Holt. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. Touchdown, Titans. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. To throw is Andrews on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barnes. 7 yards to pick up there. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's Andrews looking to throw on second down. Open man here is Foster. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a game of matchups.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
A loss of 13 yards.
Andrews, a final shot before break. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7.
That's a good game.
The yardage in this one's kind of surprising to me, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm getting beat, but I got a couple.
From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. 35-24, the final score. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers.
Morgan.
Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So here are the Titans to take over on offense. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat of this ball game as well. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Going up top. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Holt. He's going to try and go deep again. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans are able to extend their lead.
Showtime, partner. What a great one-handed catch. How much of that was him? How much of that were the gloves?
The Titans again will line up here to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on. But apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Got an open man, it's Foster. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Falcons.
There's a nice pickup right there. And after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Throw left side complete. It's Barnes. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Andrews now operating from the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And a give this time to the tailback. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
32. Falcons 10.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play. On second down, here's Barkley. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Ball carrier. He was taken down at the 10-yard line.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw. Holt. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now Andrews throwing on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Andrews looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barnes. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. From the gun, Andrews. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
Andrews pass.
Call it a gain of 5. And just like that, it's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
To throw is Andrews. From the gun, he'll throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing to start the drive. Holt, he's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. It's the fullback with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Younghoe Koo set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Here's Andrews on 1st and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Andrews. And Andrews lost the football. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
Operating from the gun, Andrews. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Andrews. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Falcons send out their punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Taken in at the 22.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down in a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Holt, he's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play that time for the Titans. 41 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10.
And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Looking to throw. Holt toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
56.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And here now come the Falcons. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
2nd and 3.
Andrews to throw on 2nd down. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Not much there, only a yard. 2nd and 9 from the 44.
That was a nice throw out there to the flat, but they defended that pretty well. The hope is to go ahead and put it on him so he can turn and get upfield and gain additional yardage. There just wasn't anywhere to go on that play.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Today's final score.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Titans, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.
Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.